In this video, I wanted to give you a quick comparison between the Velotric Fold 1 e-bike versus the Kingbull Literider e-bike. I made full reviews on both of these products, so if you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description below, and I'll also put links to both of these e-bikes there as well. Right away, you can see that both of these e-bikes are very similar. They both are roughly about the same size. They both have a 750 watt motor that they use. They also have a top speed of 28 miles an hour. They also both have integrated lights, a headlight and tail lights that glow brighter when you squeeze the brakes. They also have adjustable handlebars to go up and down. They both fold. They're very similar products, but I want to talk mainly about the differences between them because I bet that'll be what you're most interested in. So let's talk about all the ways that they're actually different than each other. Dude, what in the world? I got a flock of turkeys coming in. This is what you get living out here in the sticks. One of the first ways that these products are different is when it comes to the tires. The Kingbull e-bike has 20-inch by 4-inch tires versus the Velotric only has 20-inch by 3-inch tires, so these are slightly smaller, and the Kingbull actually has these nice large rims on it that are more durable and rugged for off-roading versus the Velotric just has these little spokes that comes with it. So this should hold up a little bit better on unsmooth terrain, and the seat is a little more squishy in my opinion than the Velotric, but I will say that it's just a slight difference. The Velotric is still comfortable, it's still a smooth ride. I feel like this is just slightly better at it. However, with these larger tires and larger rims, this e-bike is also a little bit heavier. This e-bike comes in at like 73 pounds, where this only comes in at 63 pounds. So when you actually fold them up and pick them up, this one feels a little bit easier to carry and maneuver and manage. It just feels more nimble, easier to pick up slightly. Again, these aren't major differences, but you can notice it when you're actually riding these two different e-bikes, that this one is a little bit smoother. This one is a little bit lighter and easier to manage. Another difference is going to be the battery setup. Now, the battery sizes are roughly the same size, and they roughly get you around the same distance on one charge, but the Velotric battery is UL certified, which I prefer that more. And I think I also prefer the location of the battery in the Velotric, just because this battery is right here in the frame, which makes the frame larger, makes the bike feel slightly bigger than this one. But when you actually go to fold it, since the battery's here, it just makes it a little bit heavier, especially the tires and stuff. When you actually fold it in, this one's definitely easier to fold since the battery is back here. The one benefit though to this battery placement is it's easier to take in and out of the e-bike versus this one. You have the seat post right by it, and the seat doesn't fold up or anything, so the convenience of taking the battery in and out is easier on the Kingbull. Another difference I like on the Velotric is the pedals are slightly larger than the Kingbull, but the Kingbull pedals actually fold in a little bit easier than Velotric's ones. You can see they both come with rear racks, but this one is just integrated into the frame, and it's a little more durable than this one, but they both get the job done. They both hold a decent weight capacity, and they're very similar when it comes to it. Maybe just the appearance is a little better on the Velotric just because it all blends in versus this one looks like a separate third-party rack that they installed on it. So the Velotric one does look a little bit nicer. Now I want to talk about the riding experience between these. The Velotric e-bike, when you initially take off, it's way more gradual. Whether you're pedaling, whether you're throttling, it's more of a gradual takeoff. No matter whatever pedal assist level you're in, it just gradually gets you up to speed and then it goes pretty quickly. Versus the Kingbull e-bike has a little more pep in it in the upfront, especially once you turn the pedal assist level up to like 3 or higher. You can definitely notice that this takes off a lot quicker than the Velotric e-bike. These e-bikes also both have a different throttle setup. This one is a twist throttle, where this one is a thumb throttle. I personally think I like the thumb throttle better, but that's just a personal opinion. I feel like that varies from person to person. The screen displays on both of these e-bikes are different, but they show the same metrics and they're relatively the same in my opinion. And then when it comes to the shifter on them though, this is where they're different. This one has a thumb shifter and it's a 7-speed Shimano, where this one is a trigger shifter and it's still a 7-speed. I don't know if it's Shimano or not, but the Velotric one feels a lot better to actually shift through gears. I like transferring different speeds on this because it's easy to shift through the gears. Not that this is difficult, it just feels a little bit more smooth with the Velotric one. Another thing I noticed is that when you get up to like 16, 17 miles an hour on the Kingbull Literider, you lose a lot of resistance in the pedals, and it doesn't feel enjoyable to actually pedal this e-bike after pedal assist level 3. So basically, when you get to pedal assist level 3 going at its top peak, it kind of loses resistance in the pedals, and then in 4 and 5, the pedals really don't do much at all for you. You can't even feel resistance. Whereas the Velotric, I feel like they have more teeth in the chain or crankshaft or whatever the heck it is, where it basically gives you more resistance at those top speeds. So you can be in pedal assist level 4 on the Velotric e-bike and still have good resistance in your pedals, and you can still be going the same speed as this, but there's just more resistance. So it actually feels nicer to pedal this bike, in my opinion, where this one, you lose a lot of the resistance. So I prefer pedaling this over this one. Now, when I looked up both of these on their websites, I couldn't find an IPX rating for the Kingbull. They do say that their battery is waterproof, but I don't know about the rest of the e-bike and the electronics on it. I don't know if the rest of this e-bike is waterproof versus the Velotric e-bike. This is rated IPX6 as a bike, and the battery is IPX7. So the battery's fully waterproof, and then the rest of the bike, you can spray it down with a hose. It can rain on it, and you're gonna be fine. So I do know that about this, but I don't know necessarily. I feel like they're similar, but I just know for sure that this one you can spray it down with the hose. Something else that's a little bit cleaner about the Velotric e-bike is the cable management setup. These wires are all wrapped and they're all nicely put together, where this is just a clunky big old mess right here. This doesn't look good at all. Some of the wires are different lengths, some of them are sticking out like this, some of them have way more tension on them, and they're just bundled together with zip ties. So this is way cleaner and makes me feel more comfortable when I'm turning and stuff, versus this just feels a little bit more messy to me. So I feel like the last major difference between these two e-bikes is the price. At the time of this recording, the Velotric Fold 1 comes in at $1,200 and the Kingbull Literider comes in at $1,000. So this is $200 cheaper than the Velotric e-bike, which is a decent amount, especially since the Kingbull e-bike, at that price, they also toss in a bunch of accessories. Now, if you've heard me talk before, you know that I don't care much for accessories. I think the quality of the bike itself is the most important part. But since these e-bikes are very similar, it's nice kind of cherry on top that they include like a mirror. They have a phone holder with this. They give you bungee straps. They have a tire pump with it. But does that mean I think Kingbull is the better choice? Not necessarily. I think it depends what you're looking for in the e-bike. I feel like the Kingbull will be a little bit larger, especially the size between the handlebars and the seat. It just feels a little bit more space with this, and the tires are a little bit bigger. So if you're a little bit larger of a person, the Kingbull e-bike might feel a little bit more comfortable for you to ride. It has the larger tires. It's going to be a little bit more smooth. It has a faster acceleration. I feel like that is the person that would be suitable for this bike. But if you like some of the more nicer features on this, like the fact that it has more resistance going at fast speeds with the 7-speed trigger shifter, things like that would make this a better bike. And if you want a UL certified battery, that makes this a very good choice. Ultimately, I feel like at the end of the day, both of these products are really nicely made. I don't have much of a grievance between either of them. It more comes down to your personal preference. So if any of these differences that I mentioned in the video is like, ooh, I don't like that, or I want that, then hopefully that'll help you decide which one would be right for you. But either way, I think they're both good products. And yeah, check them out if you want to. Check the full review out if you want to as well. And there it is. Have a nice day.